Yeah? Hey, if you can't tell already who this man is, this is the Mr. Pete Johnson of Tatuaje Cigars. Not that you needed an introduction. So
no, it's good because not a lot of people know me yet, so it's actually nice to have new people come up and go, what's the brand called?
What? Yeah. Do you still get that? I find that very hard to believe.
No, I still get it. Yeah,
wow.
Still get it. It's actually nice. It's refreshing because honestly, you get to a certain level in business and you're like, oh, I should be, people should know me. And I'm like, no, you know what? The more people come up to me and say, I've never heard of the product before, I'm like, I have a new goal. So it's great. I'm
really surprised to hear that. Well, both Vince and I are huge fans of your cigars, so I appreciate that. Can you tell us a little bit about the cigar you're giving away?
Today we're giving out Ambos Mundos, the Habano version. The Ambos Mundos brand, I don't know if you know, but it's been on the top 25 of Cigar Aficionado twice out of the 9 years they've been doing it. So it's a pretty popular blend for me. Inexpensive price point for the consumer that's looking for a good value, but great flavors. Very simple blend. A Habano Ecuador wrapper with Nicaraguan binder filler. So
sounds good to me. Anything on the horizon that you can whet the appetite of some of the folks that tune in to us?
This cigar right here. It's my 10-year anniversary cigar. One of the sizes, I'm doing a few 10-year anniversary cigars, but this is what we call the Bone Chasseur, or we're joking now, it looks like Bone Chaser. So we're going to put a dog on this, I don't know. It's funny because the whole thing about Bone Chasseur, the name Bone Chasseur in France means good hunter. And the relationship with the name is actually my dog's name, Hunter. And now if you think about it, it looks like Bone Chaser, and dogs chase bones, so I don't know.
Maybe it was just meant to be.
It may be. I don't know. It's a weird circle of life there.
Now, we've done a handful of interviews with some of the other blenders, but, you opened yourself up before we turned on the camera to some interesting questions.
Yes.
Could you actually share with our audience, as we've discussed on our radio show numerous times, your favorite donut?
My absolute favorite donut are maple donuts, but I have a few.
Okay.
There's a maple bacon donut from Voodoo Donuts in Portland, Oregon.
We have a listener out that way, so Will, this one is for you.
But I honestly, still to this day, love the white cream-filled donut from Dunkin' Donuts. I absolutely love that donut, and I to the point where I've actually had to find it all over the country. Like if there's a Dunkin' Donuts, I go and get one. That was my favorite donut when I was growing up as a kid. So,
well, I'll try and bring it full circle. We've been asking also a lot of the blenders, when you're blending a cigar, is there a particular size that you like to use to know, yes, I got the blend that I'm looking for, and you build out from that? Or do you try each individual size to make sure it meets the requirements you want?
No, for sure I do each individual size, but I start with one size. Usually a Robusto, but then if the Robusto is good, I move it into a Corona Gorda, a 5 5/8 by 46. Yeah. And if it works in that, I know it pretty much will work in anything. But when I make the Torpedo or I make the double Corona, I always taste every cigar to make sure that it works. Strange story is that when we blended the Reserve A1 and Reserve SW, the A1 and the SW are the same ring gauge, but shorter length. So the A1 was big, and the SW is a 747. Those tasted great, but when I put it in a Robusto, it was horrible.
That's really interesting.
So I actually changed the blend. So if you look at the Reserva series from Miami, the J21 SW and A1, the J21's its own blend. Completely different.
Wow, that's really interesting. Now, by saying that you test it in a Robusto, does that also mean that your personal choice, if you're going to go smoke a cigar, is a Robusto?
I love Robustos. I mean, honestly, Corona Gordas are my absolute favorite size, but I still love a great Robusto, and so I'm doing a lot of Robustos lately. So,
do you get into Lanceros at all?
I love Lanceros. I have I think 6 Lanceros in my lines.
Yeah, we're big fans. They can't see, but we have people standing around. We're all big Lancero fans.
What's funny is I make Lanceros, and they're not huge sellers, but I make them because I like them.
Right.
And I think I have 2 in the Triunfador line, 1 in the brown label, Petite Lancero in the red label, a black label Lancero, a black label Petite Lancero. I mean, they're all over the place. I also do a lot of Lonsdales too, like a 42 ring gauge by 6.5, so comfortable size for me. I just like it. Yeah. Concentration of flavor, is more wrapper ratio. It's kind of nice.
for people that are just learning about the Tatuaje brand, which again is unbelievable to me because I recognize you from a mile away.
Tattoos, I gave it away?
No, listen, you're kind of a celebrity among these parts. So for Vince and I, who are, cigar fans, not just doing the radio show, we like to get out and meet people. But what I was going to get to is, for those few people that don't know anything about Tatuaje, how do they find you online?
Oh, wow. You can catch me everywhere. I'm on Instagram under Tatuaje Cigars, Tatuaje Inc., INC, not INK. Tatuaje Wine, which is my wine that I'm doing in France, which means Tatuaje means tattoo in French. Facebook, three pages on Facebook under Pete Johnson, Tatuaje Cigars, and also the fan page, Tatuaje Cigars. And then Twitter, Tatuaje Wine, Tatuaje Cigars, Atelier Pete. There's a bunch of them.
This is an empire.
Yeah, and I do them all myself, which is kind of frustrating sometimes. I have to find the perfect app that does all of them at once, It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but Vince and I are humbled that you take a minute out, so I genuinely appreciate you taking time out for us, and good luck with the show. I hope everything continues to go well.
Fun. I want to say something to everybody that shows up here. They thank me for coming out here, but honestly, I've talked to some guys that are driving 8-9 hours to get here, and if these guys didn't show up, we wouldn't have to do this. So I thank you guys for more showing up than us to just show up and pass out cigars.
Great. Well, we hope we get to see you again at another show. And listen, open door policy, if you ever get a chance to call in or you want to do something, absolutely, honestly, reach out to Vince. He's our leader, and he'll point you in the right direction.
The leader behind the
He's
camera.
the leader behind the camera.
He's actually the director.
That's right.
The producer also?
He's the brains.
Off camera, I'll tell you a funny joke about producers and directors and writers. This is good.
All right, well, thanks again. Very much appreciate it.